door because you've got sentries, so it's very difficult to actually deal with the medevac. So I feel that he's going to drop in, do damage, get out, not be afraid of anything. Can he even keep them a part of his composition? The big question is, does Beastyqt go the full distance and play mech from this? Or does he just play bio? I'd expect bio.
Yeah.
But it's not out of his range of builds.
No, you're right. I mean, there were even times in Wings of Liberty where I saw him messing around with mech. He's weapons tech for vehicles already, though. So he might actually just stick fully with mech here.
Maybe. It's definitely possible, but a nice... Oh! He tried to pull the sentries away there.
It was a nice try, but in the end, he's going to pay the price for it. He loses quite a few of those Hellions, lost some of the Reapers as well. A good defense, a really good defense, though, by Elfie, actually.
The thing is, I'm looking at +1 attack, and that's what I've been thinking about for the last 10 seconds here. If he takes a 4th gas, he's definitely playing mech, but he hasn't yet. There's still an option he plays bio here, and he hasn't even taken the 3rd gas, sorry, so just 2. The thing is, you can still play with +1, +2 attack for Hellbats with your bio composition. But the later we don't... Okay, there it is.
They are.
3rd and 4th gas. He will play mech now. Absolutely will play mech. This will be cool.
I was going to say, because sometimes there's numerical significance of like a +1 weapons upgrade means you like 2-shot a certain unit as opposed to 3-shot a certain unit, or something like that, but it shall just be the mech style here, which is, yeah, as you said, pretty cool. Elfie, though, he needs to identify this pretty quickly, and from that point on, he needs to play against it. In Wings of Liberty, it used to be, well, you can go a lot of charge lots, a lot of Immortals, High Templars, blah, 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 to deal with that. But nowadays, going for a heavier charge lot composition with the effectiveness of Hellbats can be fraught with danger because of how well they deal with them.
Against traditional mech in Wings of Liberty, you just play greedy. It's that simple. You just play greedy, man. You just double forge, take a fast 3rd. But with the addition of Hellbats and them dropping in your mineral lines, it's very difficult to play that style. Behind this, 3 extra factories, not a 3rd command center coming down. This is going to be Hellbat drop, Hellbat drop, Hellbat drop, kill you with a big push most likely here. Really, really strong, solid build and strategy from Beastyqt.
Yeah, and he's setting himself up with a double Hellbat drop here. So he drops 4 in the natural to try and do some damage here, not doing too badly at all. Meanwhile, another drop in the main base, trying to roast up a lot of these probes. He's already killed off 15 probes to kick things off. He's already up to 48 SCVs against 31 probes. Photon Overcharge goes down in the main. He splits everything up and will now constantly do some damage. So 16 workers killed so far.
Yeah, this is pretty good for Beastyqt, and he's only going to continue to keep going, man. He's going to keep on dropping, and I'm interested to see if he will just push out here. Well, off 2 bases, he's got quite a few SCVs though, so may not. He can still take a 3rd base, but he's going to have a decent army size for sure. Vikings being made now too against the Colossus. But I'm liking this from Beastyqt. We knew that he was going to focus around a certain strategy, prepared for every player. I like what he's chosen.
And Elfie's still not scouted this out. His Observer just got smashed out of the skies by Scan and Viking, which is pretty annoying. He saw a few more Hellbats, though, being cranked on out, but still hasn't seen any siege tank numbers, hasn't seen anything other really than the Vikings and Hellbats. So, but he hasn't seen any bio at the same time. So this could give him the indication that this is going.
Yeah, I think he may start to realize what's going on. And he's got the Twilight Cancer coming down nice and early. Ideally, you want to be going kind of over to an Immortal Archon type of play. Yeah. That's the best composition for this for sure.
Well, he's going to send in that Observer once again to have a little bit of a look around, see what he can see. He sees 1 Marine at the front, but nothing else. He's scared of going in because he knows there was a missile turret going down, as well as Beastyqt's very, very aware observant abilities when it comes to observers. There's been many shows in the past with Beastyqt, and he has always been super keen at spotting observers, not with any detection, but just with his eyes and being able to scan them eventually. He's very good about it.
53 SCVs and stopped SCV production, and still no 3rd command center, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a clear sign to me that he wants to move out soon, whether he pulls SCVs or not. Like, without a 3rd command center coming down, if Elfie defends and takes a 3rd of his own, he takes the economic lead. It doesn't make sense, right? It looks to me like it's going to be a massive push when +2 attack is done.
Yeah.
Might as well include SCVs, man. Might as well. Like, there's no reason to keep him mining at home. Because if the attack doesn't work, Elfie takes a 3rd, goes to 2-2, and plays the game at an advantageous position. An SCV on the 3rd base of Elfie spots the 3rd attempt to come down.
Yeah.
we're going to see a big push soon.
Well, he's moving out already here. He's bringing some SCVs with him as well from that natural. And this is a scary composition for Elfie to deal with. Army supplies, 91 against 57. And with those Vikings in the air, they're going to take out those Colossi very, very quickly. And then what do you do against this Hellbat siege tank composition?
Nothing.
Very scary.
You build Zealots, you get kills, you get Storm. You're not going to bring everything down. You need a lot of Colossus, you need a lot of Immortals. He's got 3 Colossus. Vikings are going to go... And that's what's going to happen. And when that sound comes, Colossus shall fall. Unless Elfie specifically targets them down. He will have Blink shortly.
He has to. He has to target them down. The Blink's now finished up. He gets that Observer once again here, but he actually moves in a little bit further than I was expecting. To try and Blink forward here to try and bring some of those down, but the Hellbats and the Siege Tanks greet them with open arms. He's going to be very, very careful about this engagement, but he can't waste any more time. He has to go for it. The one Colossus does end up going down. Second one may end up falling very soon, but there's still so many Vikings in the air. He hasn't killed a single one during all of this.
Oh, wow. This is just steamrolling. This army's too powerful with +2 attack in there. I would like to call this and declare this as Choo-Choo Mother Trucker, because this guy is owning it, man. He is steamrolling at this point. The Vikings in the air, the tanks in fantastic positions. Look at that.
Yeah, and with the extra Colossus coming out, it's a good position. It's good composition for Elfie to have, but it's not enough. It's just not enough against what Beastyqt has right now. Look how many Hellbats he has alone. The Colossi poke out, get a siege tank. That's a good pickup. But being sealed on these 2 bases, once that photon overcharge dissipates, then there's nothing you can do here.
Yeah, this is difficult, I think, is probably the best word to describe this for Elfie. There's turrets coming down. The tank count is increasing. A 3rd command center is coming down. Why not, man? Just suffocate your opponent. Take his gas away, take his heart away, and take his freedom as well.
And in the attempt of it, go for a Dark Shrine as well. One of those Colossi already down. The second one almost falls over. There's no more ground units, never mind the Colossi that are out and about here for Elfie to fully deal with this. The Siege Tanks have had their way with this entire composition, and now Beastyqt completely bulldozes anything left at the natural, forcing his opponent up into the main.
A Dark Shrine is near completion, but in all honesty, I think there's going to be quite a few scans available.
Yeah.
I mean, why does he need to call down mules, or at least there's a turret there at the back anyway, right? And continue to edge forward, so... There's nothing that he should be scared of here. Nothing.
There you go. GG. Game number 1 goes to Beastyqt here. And that now means Elfie is 1 game away from being knocked back down to Challenger.
That's right. And all that hard work you put in to qualify to Premier League could all be undone if Elfie doesn't make a stand here. For Finland, for Protoss players here. This is going to be difficult for Elfie, especially when Beastyqt is bringing these very special builds to the table. That was a nice build. Hellbat drops, slow your opponent down into a big 2-base push. I didn't think he was going to go for it because he did kind of overbuild SCVs a little bit.
Yeah.
When I first saw the factories coming down. But that was not, it was a good push, good build. Good, nice.
I think if you come back to the point that Beasty is preparing builds for his opponents. And going up against Tefel, he prepared something that just didn't work in game number 1 because Tefel wasn't playing how he thought he would. In this game, it really felt like Elfie played how Beasty thought he would.
Yeah, exactly how he thought he would.
And he obliterated it.
Yeah.
Just straight up obliterated it.
That's one of the big things in StarCraft is that if you know exactly how your opponent's going to play, and I'm sure now, upon seeing this game, Beastyqt knew how his opponent was going to play and knew how to just split it in half and put it into bite-sized pieces and win the game, which is what we virtually saw. That's good sign of impressive StarCraft from Beasty. You know, adapting to his opponent's play. Now we have to see the reverse. You know, does he do the same, expecting the same from Elfie? Does Elfie change it up? Because, you know, like you said, Elfie's tournament life here, Premier League life, is on the line. He needs to win this game more than anything. He needs to bring all his power from everything he's ever done before, the players he's beaten in his past, need to bring it together to be able to bring this down.
I like the point that you make of that's good StarCraft. Because StarCraft isn't just about playing the game. It's about the mind games and the mental preparation for the game as well. And it's good StarCraft, man. Good StarCraft. It's
good StarCraft. We'll see. The next map is going to be on... What's the next map?
It is Derelict Watcher again.
Derelict, okay.
Yep.
Derelict Watcher again. I don't really know what Beastyqt is going to do. I'll be honest here. It's possible that it could be anything.
I think mech's not as useful on this map. I would say.
I'd say too, especially in Whirlwind, it's easier to kind of go up and down and hug the cliffs a little bit and get into good position. On this map, it's nice and open in the middle, a little bit easier for pros to catch you off guard. It may be just normal plays, maybe command center first and try to play very reactionary to how Elfie may play if Elfie's going to be the one adapting. So I think that Beastyqt can do anything in this game, and because of the way that map 1 happened, the way that Elfie's normal play got shut down so hard, anything's possible from Elfie too. So this can be a very just completely unpredictable game. I don't know how this is going to go.
Certainly could be when you factor in Mr. Elfie into the equation. But he has been playing far more normal than I've been expecting him to have.
Elfie, yeah. I reckon Elfie throws his Stargate down this time. May not even be proxied.
Goes back to his old self.
Oracle.
His shenanigans.
Maybe a single Oracle into Phoenixes.
That being said, though, Beastie was pretty good about scouting the extremities of the map between the bases in that game.
But does he open up Reaper this time, though? That's the thing. With Reapers, it's easier to do, but if you play up for a normal game, it could be difficult. But then again, is Elfie going to risk that? It's a lot of mind games.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that we are questioning and thinking about is exactly what the players are thinking about now, which is why we just have a minute or two before we jump into the game. What are we going to see next? Does Elfie try something risky? Because if he tries to Stargate play and it gets spotted, it won't work. He's behind in the game, and he virtually could see the end of his Premier League career already.
I still think it'd be worth a shot. I mean, Elfie's made weird things work in the past. He really has. And I think Beastie on this map, actually, no, I think he does open Reaper. I was about to say that he doesn't because the main, there isn't actually that much room to jump in either in comparison to Whirlwind. But because it's so open, it's nice to have that map presence early on. It's nice to just poke around and make sure you can actually just keep an eye on things.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are about to jump into the game, guys. So bear with us 1 second.
All right.
All right. Prediction. You think Elfie?
I have to go with Beastie after that first game. I think he's come in very, very prepared.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. All right.
I think Beastie.
Well, we're going to jump into game number 2 here. Derelict Watcher is our map, as we have spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner here as our blue Terran. He is Empire Beastyqt. And spawning up to the top right here as our red Protoss, he is Elfie.
I hear the crowd screaming his name.
Elfie. Is that?
That's our production team.
Yeah.
Hoping for the comeback. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? I believe Beastie will clean this series up. And I think we'll then go on to see Beastie playing against Tefl.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard here for Elfie to really come back against the might of game 1 was really, really scary for him. So we shall see.
Oh, look at that. Gas first by Beastyqt. Really changing things up here completely. I mean, I thought he'd play the opposite to this. I knew that when you open up so different and adapt to your opponent, I thought that it'd either be command center first or the less likely option, gas first for ultra aggression. I thought it'd be command center first, one back command center. By seeing this, man, this series could end fast. It depends on how much damage is done.
What are you thinking here in terms of what he wants to open up with?
I think that we're going to see... I want to say Proxy. I'd love to see Proxy Factory, but he hasn't sent out the SCV yet.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be straight towards Widow Mines.
Yeah.
He loves Widow Mines. There is the option of Hellbats, but Widow Mines.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Widow Mines as well. The double Widow Mine, kind of 8 Marine, well, 6 Marine drop even. No, it's 4 Marines. Anyway, no, the point is that it's a very, very good build if he wants to go for that. And, well, Elfie's going to have to cover his bases here. He's going to have to do some good scouting as well. He's poking in with the probe, and he's going to see the gas first.
He will see the gas first. Now he knows he has to prepare. This means, you know, getting down. There's a couple of ways you deal with this. You can just play normal and get the expansion down at a rough time, a good time. But I wouldn't be surprised. I've done this myself, and I know Elfie is crazy and wild, just like me, baby. Woohoo!
Woo!
Woo! Stargate in main base.
Is that what you do against this?
I would go straight Phoenixes.
For a Phoenix for the...
Yeah, just like the old school style.
Yeah.
Do it, man. Do it.
I don't think he's going to.
Do it.
How
much would you give me if you threw Stargate down? What would you do? Do I not have to eat a hat, or do I have to eat 2 hats?
You have to. What if he throws the Stargate down? You have to eat
Come
2
on,
hats.
man.
No.
Yes.
No, he's not going to do it. No, 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 no,
yes.
no. No, please.
Yes.
It has to be a robo. Something.
No.
Anything.
Yes. No, wait.
He's going to do it.
Yeah! Oh, yeah! Take that, Phoenix, baby!
Oh,
right,
Elfie.
so we're gonna see Phoenix is coming out.
Oh,
He's gonna
God.
deal with the medivac that way.
This is
because
so
he
old
knows it's
school.
coming.
This is so
I'm
old
flexing
school.
my caster muscles.
Oh.
Yes, we're wild. We party together every night. If Elfie makes it to Cologne, I'll give him a room on my floor.
No, 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 you don't want to do this.
In my new apartment, I'm apartment finding. If
You don't
I get
want to
one
do
by
this.
then.
It's unwise.
Yeah.
I know
All right.
Finns, it's unwise.
But there are Hellions, and Phoenixes are not good versus Hellions. Not until there's high numbers of them. So he has to be careful
right.
about that. And there's the... Oh, yeah,
look at
baby.
him positioning the Stalkers just to make sure that those Hellions can't get up. But he's got to think now, your expansion's going to be a bit like,
Yeah,
what
no,
are you
he's
up
going
to?
to see it, and he's going to be like, wait,
Yeah.
what? But nice Stalker placement there. 2 Stalkers to block the
Yeah.
ramp. That's good because everything's working out really well for Elfie at this point. So now he's shut down the Hellion run-by on the ramp. He's then gone ahead and got the Mothership Core 2.
You got a Viking first?
A Viking's interesting
Yeah.
because that's probably for the Mothership Core if it's on the other side of the map. But now the Phoenixes are going to kill the Viking and then the Medivac.
Yeah.
And the expansion's coming down. The Phoenixes will continue the harassment throughout the entire of the game. And I think this is a nice edge for Elfie.
I haven't seen this for so long.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man.
Yeah, this has been a long, long time.
And
but
he's saving it. Look, he's savoring the moment.
Oh.
He's bulking him back up at home.
I can
He's-
imagine the happy cat face he has right now.
But he doesn't know where the Medivac's going to come from. Is it the north? Is it the south? That's one of the things. Because if he misses it, it's south. The Phoenixes,
Oh,
where
he's
are they
going
going?
around him. He's going around the Medivac. Apollo, he's going around the Medivac.
Yeah, but remember, if you go Phoenix, you need to stop the Medivac because
Yeah.
if the mines get into the mineral line, you're screwed.
You have no detection.
It's that simple. And I think that Elfie's kind of like, is he even going for a Medivac here?
Yeah, he's picking up the reins at this side, but now he realizes that, well, where is everything else gone? And
He must realize he has to come back. That mine cannot go in the mineral line in the main base. It's that simple.
oh, he's spreading them out. He's spreading one into the mineral line.
There's the mine. Okay, he sees it. And he immediately throws down Photon Overcharge.
Good
But
stuff.
there is one on the natural. That's going to be annoying. But if it had gone into the main base, that had been terrible.
Yeah, that really would have. So it's a good denial to kick things off. Oh, but the Hellions actually scoot on in as well here. 3 Hellions is the magic number. They will kill off these probes in one volley if they're able to get the connections. The Photon Overcharge eventually makes them evaporate. And the Robo Bay is finished up, so Facility is finished up, so he can get the Observer out.
7 workers. You're not meant to lose any when you do this. It's meant to be a complete blind counter. Well, not blind because you know it's coming, but a straight easy counter. But now the Phoenixes, they've cut off the Medivac. It's time to kill some Marines, SCVs, and Mules.
But that's quite a few Marines there.
Yeah,
We'll deny
maybe
the
not
natural.
the Marines. Definitely Mules and SCVs at this point.
Yeah, trying to just dart around where he can. He's got to be careful that no extra Widow Mines would have been burrowed around here or there. But he already saw the Siege Tank, so that is going to give him a little bit more confidence to actually dart on in.
I think at this point, Elfie should take... Oh, he's got a Twilight Council.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It can't be for DTs.
If he does.
It can't be, because he has to have turrets coming down eventually, right?
For Phoenix.
Yeah.
At least.
Unless it's Templar Archives, and he just goes for this weird 2-base all-in.
What if it's going to be for DTs, Apollo? What if it's going to happen?
It can't be. Unless the only reason it could be is because he sees the Arno turrets. And there's no engineering bay down yet.
Please do it, Elfie. Oh, charge.
I think it's Templar Archives. It makes the
Yeah.
most sense here, I believe.
Well, along with charge especially.
But he doesn't have the gases on the natural. So he needs gas on the natural. He's got no gas to go Templar Archives.
This is the Elfie we know and love. Bit more.
Trying to figure it out, you know, he's like, he is like a Rubik's Cube, trying to just, you know, twist it around, twist his bill, which angle can he go down? He's gone up to quite a few gateways, and he stopped probe production. Is he just going to, at this point, yeah, he just cancelled a probe, he's just going to go.
38 probes on 2 base. Oh, he's just getting mass charge lot? Is that really it?
It doesn't make any sense, does it? He started probe production, he did build it and then cancel it, and then add on another gateway.
I guess. Okay, let's theorize. If you're, he's
not
getting a
even at
forge.
Wargate,
He started.
A double forges. Okay, so
Never mind.
Just Zealot charge is weird. I think he was expecting this kind of tank push to come out, so he could deal with it in the middle of the map when it's unsieged. But in risk of getting the Zealot charge, he's now delayed his upgrades by quite a bit.
Gets a Phoenix. But generally, Dark Shrine, he started one and then cancelled it. You cheeky man. Oh, and then he started Templar Archives after it. So, all right. So he is going Templar Archives.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think he was just very scared about his opponent's build. Because when you see tanks so early, as soon as Stim +1 and Combat Shields is done, it's very scary. Very, very scary when it moves out. So I think he just wanted to get Zealot charge because that's really nice. Because imagine if the tanks are siege up, they do damage onto the Marines, right? And then he gets to surround. It's nice to get Zealot charge against these kind of pushes.
Especially on a map like this. Again, very, very open. And you're right. There's been many a times and many occasions where Zealot charge has actually saved me even from just these big kind of siege tank pushes. It's very, very useful to close that gap super fast. As for now, Storm has started. So Elfi mixing things up a little bit compared to where he was in his previous PVTs.
Yeah.
Not getting any Colossi just yet.
This is, I still push the edge in favor of Beasty.
Yeah.
Just because that he's got a supply lead. No, not just because of that, but because of the way that he was able to get this mine crap to work, right?
Yeah.
At the start of the game. So that really helped him out. And now he does have a very strong push. Archons are being made. Let's see how well Elfie's going to deal with this. He knows it's coming. Like, it's normal when you see the tank play for this to come, so...
I mean, technically, the Phoenix, they're not all that useful now. They can technically be a little bit if they catch some siege tanks and lift them up and negate some of that damage.
He's trying to set up a flank. The Marine spotted it. Oh, that would have been so nice. He was expecting him to come up, and there was a single Marine that was there to scout the third base, not a flank.
He's going to try and see exactly what he can spot now. Charges on forwards here with these Zealots. They disintegrate very, very quickly there. Tries to pick up some of those siege tanks as well, negating the damage, as we said before. Good time warp slows down a lot of those Marines as well, but does he have the ground army to complement it? I don't think he does. There's just too much bio there.
Yeah, too many Marines, and Elfie's in trouble, guys. His Premier League run may be near an end, Claris.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Marines here. Storm is nowhere near completion, near his 1-1.
This is it for Elfi. He has to now push his opponent back. He has to keep him from doing critical damage here. He goes in once again. The siege tanks are actually not sieged up here, so those Zealots are going to do a lot of damage. And not only that, but all of this bio has to be lifted off because he couldn't heal him up on just 2 medevacs alone.
Yeah, he's got a lot of gateways behind this, like 8 gateways or whatnot. So he's able to keep going here. The defense is solid. He's not too far behind. He's got high tempo on the natural.
Oh, and he focused down the weakened medevac there, so he killed off a lot of that bio in that 1 medevac, and he's going to clean up everything here without taking any damage.
Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon there. Not really, you know, thinking about the extent of gateways powering behind this. There is a lot of gateways. 48 probes to 52 SCVs. Definitely called that too early, so I excuse that. Definitely thought he was in trouble. But we do see that +1 attack is on the way, +1 armor 2. Is there a 3rd command center down?
There is no 3rd command center.
This game's toe-to-toe. I'd even push it in favor of Elfi.
Especially
in all
with
honesty,
this 3rd going down.
I didn't look at this properly. The 3rd Nexus coming down as well before a 3rd command center. A great set of units.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough for Beasty now. He's got his Ghost Academy going down. That's exactly what he needs to deal with, what he sees from his opponent. He knows it's High Templars and Charge Lots and just that kind of gateway-focused repertoire.
But a Ghost Academy and 2 extra barracks without a 3rd command center, you know how much production that is for 2 base?
Well, he's trying to add on the extra 3rd command center now, but it might be a little bit late. Well, it is a little bit late.
It's very late, so...
Ooh, and actually, he hasn't seen this movement out from Elfi.
If he's out in the open, man, he's in trouble.
Yeah,
well, he sees it now. With the single Marine, he does see it. The Observer spots it. Elfi's checking for the 3rd and will be happy, but nice counter drop.
Yeah, very, very nice. If he can deny that base, that would be fantastic, but the charge slots do end up charging on in there. And we'll push that drop back for now. So he saves the base, and that should be able to retain the charge on the shields.
Couldn't feedback that medevac, I guess. Didn't really want to. Wouldn't kill it in 1 shot. So this is really good for Elfi. Just, you know, looking at it more and more with 2-2 on the way. Ghosts are going to be the biggest problem to deal with. If the snipes and EMPs are good, it can easily, you know, swing in favor of Beasty again, because he is building a big army. He's added on extra production. As scan reveals probe transferring. That means the 3rd is down. Beasty must start to panic a little bit and realize he may be playing this game from behind. What we need to see from Elfi is the robotics bay. and a second robotics facility, actually.
Well, he's already trying to deal with that third in the end. I think that it's a very minor thing, but Elfie should start chrono boosting that third Nexus so it recharges shields a little bit quicker, because it's been under threat by this drop by a little bit there. But he is well retained there and should be okay defensively.
Lots of bunkers coming down for Beastyqt in the middle of the map to protect his third. We talked about this open space that MVP had to deal with.
Yeah.
And he is going to go mine from his thirds. Third command set, not quite there yet. But at this point, if I'm Elfie, robotics bay, second robotics facility, and 3-3 upgrades. Pump, 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 pump.
Yeah.
Just max out, come in when you're 3-3, 200 supply. That's how I would play if I was Elfie from this position.
I think the third command center flying over from Beasty without being an orbital command really shows how desperately Beasty wants that that expansion up and running, because it was late and he knows the severity of that, so he has to get that going as quickly as possible here, whilst his opponent, well, he is up and running on his third, and the drop's trying to do something again, but it didn't in the end.
Yeah, if he picked off that third Nexus, he's straight back in this game. Remember, Beastyqt does have a bit of a comfort zone, a safety net to play with here. Or fall back on, should I say, because, you know, he's at 130 supply behind Elfie, but is winning the series. He won the first game. It's a best of 3, nice bunkers and turret placement in case Elfie came in. Second robotics facility coming in, perfect. Elfie just needs to play defensive, man. Oh, he tried to catch that. I loved your giggle. I was trying to catch that medivac. You giggle in the way that you missed it.
Only Elfie would end up trying to storm those things to catch them off. Imagine if he'd have hit some of his own probes.
Stormed his probe line, chasing the medivac. Would be funny.
Only Elfie, man.
Only Elfie could do that.
Yeah.
And only Elfie would smile upon doing it too. Everyone else would be upset. So here's the strategy coming in for Elfie. 3-3 on the way, if my eyes do not deceive me. And then when he's at 3-3 and maxed out, he comes in for a big attack to tie the series up. That's his game plan. Beastyqt's game plan, win the fight, outplay, good EMPs, good snipes, maybe before Colossus if I can. If not, build a Viking count up. But whatever happens, the end of the day, Beastyqt must have a convincing fight.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only way he's back in this game.
The EMPs are going to be pivotal.
Snipes, EMPs, position, spread, the lot. If that's not there, then he won't beat this army from Elfie. If it is, then he still can.
Yep, he sees where his opponent's army position is here, so we're going to see how he's going to try and deal with this. He sends 1 or 2 ghosts forwards to try and find it, as does Elfie send a High Templar forwards. Just on the edge of that scan, doesn't see it fully. Feedbacks and snipes go down. He got a lot of High Templars there with those snipes, but at the same time, 1 or 2 good feedbacks by Elfie as well.
A drop. Nice submission position here.
Yeah.
It's going to force a fight from Elfie, whether he likes it or not. So he's going to make Elfie fight into Beastyqt's spread out army. This could help the engagement. Could help, you know, Beastyqt gain what he needs. Elfie will go before the third base falls.
Yeah, look at this, him trying to cut off some of the reinforcements there at the back with the Zealots whilst he pushes in from the main with the entirety of his army. Those Zealots just don't die as he pushes on forwards. Even with those siege tanks there, they just don't die. A wave of blades barreling down upon this bio, but in the end, he's forced to lift off. Elfie takes a decisive victory, but he did lose his third.
He lost his third, but
the counter
that was nice. The counterattack.
Yeah.
The counterattack's going to be hard to deal with because he lost a lot of his army there. He's down 115 supply. Elfie should move across the map and look for the win. And that's where he's probably going to get it. He's triple his opponent's army supply almost.
Yeah, 106 right now against 45 as Elfie now powers on forwards with a few of these Archons leading the charge. There's a few more bunkers actually going down here for Beasty to try and keep himself retained at this point, but he's only got 15 Marines, 3 Marauders, and 2 siege tanks. That's not enough to deal with this.
Yeah, the counterattack's going to be a little bit too difficult to deal with. He needed to win the fight convincingly. He didn't. All he did was kill the third. He's ahead economically, but not anymore as his third command center has been picked up and evacuated. He's hoping that Elfie overcommits up his natural ramp now, so he gets EMPs and can kill this army off.
Yeah.
3-3 is on the way for him as well with Cloak. But even with all the shields down on the Protoss army, I still don't think it's going to be enough, unfortunately. It's just too much, man.
It whiz way too much. 3-3 on this army is going to soak up so much damage. He's going to pull back for now and try and get his third up and running once again. But did he see the fact that the third wasn't there at all?
Yeah, I think so. I think he saw the SCV's runway real briefly.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Oh, yeah, true.
Potentially.
True. Well, it's going to land up to the top left and get some mining going again. Still, bit of an annoyance there.
Yeah, this is a difficult position for Beastyqt to be in. You know, he's got an expansion in the top left, similar to how MVP did it. But it's not going to be enough. As much as he'd love to get the economy back up and rolling, he's still down 115 supply. He's still 3 base versus 3 base. Elfie's still approaching max supply. Elfie will not spot the SCVs, I do not think. I think he may have just missed that.
Yeah. And I think you're right. He just maxes out and then goes. It's going to be very, very hard for Beastie to ever deal with. It's like, yes, he will land EMPs on this army, but eventually everything will be EMP'd. And as you said before, even without shields, I think he just kind of
wins.
Has too much.
Great upgrades, great army size. He may just charge up anyway. He may just say screw it, like Tefl did in that one game earlier. Yeah, but
well,
2 tanks for free donated here.
Yeah.
Gonna pick those up nice and easy.
Nom nom nom.
Is he just going to charge up? The best thing to do for Elfie is just keep on making Colossus. I would forget about Zealots and High Templar now.
Yeah.
Just just max on Colossus, because there's never going to be enough Vikings. There's not enough money. He knows that. He's sitting outside waiting for his opponent to come down.
Well, he thinks he knows that because of the base up to the top left. But yeah, I agree with you. Just the more you can deviate up your army, the harder it's always going to be for an opponent that's just on the back foot. And because he's Terran, because he mines out from these bases a lot quicker, he's far more limited on income than I actually gave him credit for.
The smartest play for Elfie is to sit and hold a position, a suffocating position, what's the word I'm looking for here? A contain. Yeah. But send a Zealot or 2 Zealots top left and bottom right to scout all the bases.
Yep.
Just to make sure. Then you're in an amazing position. He hasn't done that, but that's the best play. You don't need all your Zealots.
Yeah.
Play like a Zerg player, man. Send your Overlords or your Zealots in this case, or your Zergling as a Zealot. And just go scout all the bases just in case. Because that's the only way he can lose.
He's actually spotting down this third just in case over here.
Yeah, to the south at the 6 o'clock or whatever, but not everything else.
Yeah, not too much. And it looks like Elfie actually may end up going... Nope, he's going to pull back.
Nope. Patient play.
Patient, patient. Doesn't have any observers. These ghosts could be quite annoying. Doesn't have a single observer. Doesn't have an observer. Run away. Well.
Damn you, Terran, says Elfie. I'll be back very shortly with a couple observers. But he would have just taken too much damage. He's going to have to return after these 2 Colossus. Actually, he's maxed out. Unless he's got an observer somewhere else to join up. He can't make them.
Not a single one on the map right now. He needs to kill a probe.
Elfie.
Well, he's going to send these Zealots up and he's going to spot this base at least, which is nice.
That's nice for him because that's going to be his next destination once he gets an observer. He should have spotted it, yeah. So as soon as he gets an observer, which 2 are in the making for, that's where he's going next with his army. We'll march to the northwest and then come back down south. Beastyqt, out of all this time he's bought himself, in literally 5, maybe 10 minutes, is only increased by 20 supply.
It's not much.
He's still very, very low. And the worst part about all of this is a Protoss player that's banking money. That's, you know, a bunch of High Templar, a new Colossus, a bunch of Zealots.
So if the Giant Charge doesn't kill him off, the Remax will. Yeah. It's going to be tough here for Beastie. He still needs to try and keep going here. He's not going to give up. He's not the kind of player that will give up. But now Elfie has the fabled observer. He even has observer speed, bless him. 2 observers, in fact.
And look at that. Beastie's in the open because he needs his 3rd, right? He has to defend in the open, not up his natural anymore. This is where Elfie comes in for the kill.
Yeah, he could drop some storms if he wants to. He drops a great storm, hitting so much of those ghosts, as well as the 2nd storm. Oh, shit, just GG after those 2 storms. It doesn't matter about anything else.
Absolutely crushing it. It was always expected. That was always going to happen. It was just when. Elfie played that out really well, despite not using the Phoenix to the best possible way to do so, because you're meant to catch the medevac. That's what the plan is there. Beastyqt played nicely. Elfie adapted beautifully to his opponent in this game, I feel, and he's enabled himself to go to Game 3, keeping his Premier League dreams alive.
I think with that Phoenix opening, that means you don't have to eat the hat anymore, right? I would say so.
According to Reddit, no, I still have to eat the hat.
Oh, well.
And a lot of people tweet me about eating the hat.
I wonder if that game is like top of... Yeah, it is. Never mind. All right. So, guys, we are going to go on to game number 2 here in just a second.
Which map is...
Game number 3
is... Which map? Bel'Shir Vestige.
Bel'Shir Vestige.
Okay, so Bel'Shir Vestige... you know, I kind of said it for game number 2 as well. Very unpredictable game 2 coming in because we don't really know how they're going to play.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, unlike some players, it's always macro or always this style or always this style. Again, I think we're going to see the two players react and adjust a little bit more to each other. So I feel like game number 3 is almost just as unpredictable as game number 2.
Yeah. I mean, how do you... In Beastie's shoes, going on from game 1, 2, especially 2 to 3, what do you do differently? I mean, is there something you do?
I don't think you can... On the spectrum of super aggressive to super macro, I'm not sure it's a wise idea to go jump all the way over again.
Right, yeah.
Because if you think of the opening in game number 1 that BC used, Reaper expand into a bit of pressure, into Hellbat drops it was, exactly. Then into super aggression with the gas first. It's not wise to go all the way to macro because there is a small chance that Elfie does something to beat you fast and easy. So I think you have to meet in the middle here. And Elfie may also decide to meet in the middle. So not a super greedy build, not a super aggressive one. Gateway Expo, Barracks Expo, something along those lines.
And we shall see now as we move into Bel'Shir Vestige for game number 3 and spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner as our blue Terran once again. He goes by the name of Empire Beastyqt. And spawning up to the top left as our red Protoss, we have ENCE Elfi.
ENCE Elfi, a purely Finnish organization.
Do you know what ENCE actually stands for?
No idea. Do you know?
It stands for Enceladus, which was a giant in Greek mythology and a moon of Saturn. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I just thought it was, I don't know, a Finnish word.
Dude, Finnish words are longer than ENCE, trust me.
And they got a lot of double vowels and stuck next to each other and whatnot. No, I had no idea what that meant, actually.
Oh, there you go.
But Beastyqt from the... is Empire Russian?
Empire is
it Russian? It is Russian,
yeah.
right? Yeah, from the Russian team, Empire. Been there for a while, actually, now.
Do you know what Empire is? No, I'm not.
Do you know what Empire means? All right. Okay, so 12-12. I guess this is meet in the middle, right? Reaper Expo.
Yeah.
Maybe Reaper Hellbat again. But I think we're going to see both players meet in the middle on the spectrum of that scale we talked about a little bit before. So Gateway expand, Reaper expand, and we could see a longer game. Quite a long game. Especially considering that what's online here. Remember,
so much.
The loser of this is out already. Day 1 in, day 1 out. Not a happy place to be.
Not at all, especially since the money ramps up so nicely in Premier League as well.
Yeah,
go down to Challenger, you end up with, well, I think you get 1,500 being in round 32 in Premier, and then in Challenger you get like, I don't know, 150 or something like that. But if you go up to round of 16, the jumps get quite nice. I think it's 2,000 for the round of 16.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. And then the points, especially if you're aiming, your goal is to get top 16.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I didn't think it would be smart for Beastyqt to jump to macro first, command center first, because this could have been possible from Elfie. I didn't think Elfie would end up doing it, but this is going to be a proxy Stargate. With Reaper expand, I'll eat a hat if he does. I think he's going to scout it.
There's not going to be any hats left in the world, Apollo.
I think he's going to scout this. Because with the Reaper, he's only got 1, though, not 2.
He's moving out in the wrong direction.
I don't want to eat another hat.
No.
But this is something that as a Reaper, you're trained now in Heart of the Swarm and months and months into the game to scout that one position on Bel'Shir Vestige.
Especially against the Protoss.
What may happen is, this is actually, keep in mind, this is like one of the fastest Stargates too.
Yeah.
This was an early gateway into Stargate before Warp Gate, before Stalker. It's early. The thought process behind this, even if you scout it, swear word comes in here. Like, I don't care, basically. And he sees no third pylon. There should be a pylon, and he doesn't see it. So this is where that Reaper will go that location now, but the Oracle is already on its way.
And how many Marines does he have? He only has 2 out right now.
Only 2 out, and what Elfie should do is add on 2 additional gateways and go for the kill.
Yeah.
This is a kill. This could put him into the final match of the day. This could knock Beastyqt out. He's not expecting. He's got +1 attack down. He does have an engineer bay, but no turret. Does the Reaper go there, man?
Well, exactly.
It's too late, man. It's too late.
It's interesting because the thing is that if he goes for Marines, then he just kills them all off, and they can't actually kill that Oracle at all. So it's going to be very interesting to see if he can actually make that work.
I mean, the Oracle is untouched. The second one is coming in as well now, right? So with the second Oracle coming in, it's just going to keep on doing damage, man. It's going to keep on doing damage. 6 SCVs have gone down already. Marines are going to get slaughtered. Does he have the extra gateways down too?
And the second Oracle is on the way here, and those 2 barracks are not going to be finished up anytime soon. He's just going to focus down those Marines now. Very, very important for us to kill those off. The missile turret's there as well, so that could actually shoot him away.
He's actually expanded behind this.
Is that really worth it?
I would have preferred to go for the killer move, but it's still okay, I suppose, to expand. The most likelihood is to expand, but if not, then I suppose it can work off to expand behind it. Yeah. But the question is, did he kill enough SCVs? Because that's the real thing here, considering how late the Nexus is. 18 SCVs to 26 probes. It's not the biggest kill. It's not the biggest kill.
You're right, though, in the fact that he could have just killed him, right? So
it's a lot of done. It's, you know, lot's been pushed down, and SCVs have gone down. It may be enough to keep playing from this position, as long as he picks up more kills, and he's keeping kills going down inside the main base, right?
Yeah, he's not doing too badly here. He's really keeping kind of Beastyqt on his toes. 8 workers killed, so it's 18 to 27 right now.
20 to 27. It's I think it's okay for Elfi. It's not the best place, but he's still getting kills. There's no stim down. He's got his robotics facility. He's a little bit ahead in tech as well. So I think it's okay for him, for sure. He's got another SCV kill in the main. 8 going down altogether. And then he'll just throw down the robotics base shortly. So I think it's okay for Elfi. I mean, look at the supply, right?
Ooh, he lost an observer there. He lost an Oracle there as well. He lost an Oracle, which is a great pickup there for Beastyqt. 2 are still remaining, but they are quite on low health. So that's a bit annoying there for him.
Yeah, it seems like everything's okay now in game and out game. So no problems. A little bit distracted, but it's all good.
Yep, so what do we have going on? We have Stim on the way, we have +1 armor. For Beastyqt in his defense, his upgrades are going to be very, very quick. And considering that there were 3 oracles out and doing that aggression, he handled it really well. Yeah,
I mean, he handled it really well, considering this build is a lot of the times an auto win.
Yeah.
Still, God, these Marines, man. These oracles are so good. Killed off a lot of units now. 14 armor supply to 6. What's Elfi? Is Elfi added on a 4th gateway, right? Let's just have a quick look at Elfi's base. We focus on the attacks a lot.
Yes,
4 gases down. 3 gateways? 4 gateways?
Yeah, 4.
And an immortal be made?
I think even if he still just goes with the immortals, right, he still crushes him because he's killed off so many Marines. He's killed off 33 units. 8 of those were workers. The rest were Marines. Well, okay, 12 of them were workers, the rest of them were Marines. But that's a huge amount of Marines that you're not going to have for the eventual push that would come along if Elfie wants to go for it.
But he's got a robotics bay down. He's on 4 gases. You know, it's a lot. He is warping in quite a few sentries. It's interesting. He may try to fake it out a little bit. You know, he may move down and back out again. It's interesting that he decided to get the Immortal.
Yeah.
Like, because that doesn't make too much sense. I think he should have just gone straight up to the robotics bay faster. I think he's just going to throw down Double Forge, man.
I guess it would be a bunker breaker, right?
Yeah, but why is he going to do that if he's not moving out? Or is he going to move out?
He's
throwing down more gateways and not forges. So maybe it is going to be that.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense. But I was confused he threw down the robotics bay. Is he going to wait for a Colossus? Is it a fake?
Why would he
wait for a Colossus?
Is
he just not going to use Colossus?
He is going for 1.
And he's going to chronoburst it out. So
2 Colossus timing?
Yeah, that's what it is now. It's quite delayed, though.
Yeah.
Another gateway's come down. It's going to be a 2-base push from Elfie. He's not getting forges. We just took a long time to get there.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that, Apollo, how does Beastyqt now try and deal with something like I personally don't think he can.
I now see it unfolding a little bit clearer. I was a little bit confused why he got the Immortal initially. But look how far behind Beastyqt is, with the starport especially.
Yeah.
Ideally, he's going to want to get Medivacs, right? But because of the way that Elfie slowed him down so much, he can't get Medivacs and Vikings. And by the time that Medivacs are out and Viking production may begin, there may already be 2 to 3 Colossus out. And that may not be enough to deal with this.
I think, well, there was a moment there where Beastie was throwing down his armor, he still is, but he was going to throw down a 2nd engineering bay as well. I think that would be a colossal misstep for him if he actually did it, because he needs everything he
17 workers, man. I didn't even notice that money go get killed.
Yeah.
I saw like 8, but 17. But yeah, sorry.
It went up
Continue.
a bit. No, but yeah, just he needs everything in his army right now. He needs as much as he can in terms of production to try and hold off what is going to be coming at him very soon here, which is going to be Elfie hitting strongly. It's actually, is it only one Colossus? Looks like it is.
That's enough.
Yeah, seemingly.
There's no Vikings. He's coming in and picking a look at these units, man. They're dead.
Yeah, scrambling
this is just
like ants.
very nicely set up by Elfie.
Oh, and even catches a lot of those SCVs on the wrong side of those force fields for poor Beastyqt, so killing those off as well. Elfie now, there you go, GG. Elfie keeps his round of 16 hopes alive here on day number 1.
That's right, man.
Wow.
He does, and you know, when it all seemed lost, he manages to come back. And you know, that gives him the opportunity now to go up in a revenge match against Tefl from DreamHack.
Uh-oh.
Where we saw Tefl win 2-0.
Yep.
Basically knocking Elfie out of DreamHack. It was a 3-way tie in the round of 32. So I'll be interested to have that. I mean, sorry, Beastyqt going up against Tefl. Sorry, I lost my mind a little bit there.
Yeah.
But Elfie moves on, right? To this next...
Yes.
No, Beastyqt's out, sorry. Elfie moves on to play against Tefl. I'm getting it backwards. But in this rematch... I didn't see the game. No, I did see the games. I did see the games.
All right.
It was Elfie game number 1 was a 2-base all-in, and it got shut down very easily to Tefl's defense. Right?
Yeah.
In the next game after that, he tried to go for a super fast Colossus 3rd base.
Okay.
Instant Hive, instant Viper, instant dead. That's how it played out last time.
Tough stuff. In maps across their entire careers, they are 2-2 against one another. The recent 2 being the losses at DreamHack against Tefl. But for now, guys, that means we are going to have that matchup very, very soon. So join us after the break when we shall have the conclusion of Group A. Will it be Elfie or will it be Tefl advancing on to the round of 16?